Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. In this flow series we will see how to use decision element in Salesforce Flow. Now the decision element is very important in Salesforce Flow, which allows us to create multiple paths based on various criteria. And then using the decision element you can evaluate the case conditions, and based on that conditions we can get outcomes, and basically it performs like if and else statement in other programming language. To better understand what is the decision element and how we can use it, let's take a scenario. So here, whenever case is created, we need to create different tasks according to the case priorities. And here is the case priorities. If the case priority is low, then the due date will be next 5 days. If the case priority is medium, then next 3 days. And when will be the case priority is high, the case should be solved in next 1 days only. Now before demonstrating this scenario, I will explain scenario on case object. Then we will create flow. Then in the flow, we will add necessary elements like decision elements and other elements. And then we will activate this flow. So without any further delay, let's jump to the org. Now, before moving ahead, here is very big announcement for the Salesforce geekers. We recently launched a Salesforce admin training course. In that, we explain every concept in a simple and easy to understand way, so you can learn step by step with the confidence. So this course is for beginner to the advanced level. In that we have covered 10 modules. You will get lifetime access. So here you can see, here we have covered 10 modules: introduction to Salesforce, Salesforce navigation and setup. After that, Salesforce user management. Then we also have covered Salesforce apps, object and tabs. After that, the Salesforce fields and formulas, UI customization in Salesforce. After that, Salesforce reports and dashboards, Salesforce data management and Salesforce flows. So in this course, we have covered everything from beginner to the advanced level. So if you are serious about launching your Salesforce career, check out the course now. We have provided the link in the description box. You can go through it. Now let's jump to the topic. So first I will show you the scenario. For that I am navigating to the case object. Here you can see, here we have case object. As I click on it, and then I am selecting this all open cases list view. Then as I scroll down, here we have multiple cases. Now here I am opening this Jack Rogers case, which is contact name, and here we have case number. Now here you can see, here we have priority pick list. As I click on it, then here we have 3 priorities: high, medium and low. Then as I click on this medium priority and save this case, after that the task should assign to this case owner as per our defined criteria. Here I am cancelling this. Now we will create flow. For that, click on setup. Then in the quick find box, search for flows. Here you can see under process automation we have flows. Click on it. Then create new flow. Here you can see, here we have option. Click on new flow. And then after updation, here we have 2 options: start from scratch and then use a template. Here I am selecting start from scratch and then click on next button. And now here is very important, which type of flow we need to select. So basically, as per our scenario, when we update any record, any action should be happened. For that, here we have record trigger flow, which launches a record is created, updated or deleted. I am clicking on this and then click on create button. Now in this start element, here we need to select object. Here we are creating flow on case object. For that, search for case object and select it. And now configure the trigger. Here we want to assign task based on priorities. So it would be case on created or updated. For that, here we have option case is created or updated. Click on it. And then we need to set entry conditions. So in the entry condition, we need to select when this flow will trigger. For that, here I am selecting all conditions are met. Now here, if the priority is null, that means if the priority field is empty, after that this flow should not trigger. That means if there is no value in the priority field, then there is no purpose to trigger this flow. That's why here I am selecting priority, or you can search for the field priority is null equal to false. That means the priority field must have some value. And here I have selected every time record is updated and meet the condition requirements. That means every time we update the record, the flow should trigger. And optimize the flow for, here we need to select actions and related records. because when the record is created or updated, we need to create a task for the owner. And you can simply close this because it's get automatically saved. And now we need to create formula to find due date according to the case priority. In our scenario, as I open the scenario, in our scenario, according to the case priorities, here we have due dates. For that, we will create formula field in the flow. To create the formula field, here you can see, here we have toggle option. As you click on it, then click on new resource to create formula. And in the resource type, here we have formula, click on it. First we need to enter the API name. Here I am entering due date is 5. Because for the low priority, we need to create formula to find next 5 days date. In the data type, we need to select date value. Then in the formula editor, we need to create logic to find next 5 days date. For that, here we have function today, then plus operator. So as per this formula, in today's date, we added 5 days, so we will get due date. Then click on done. Similarly, we need to create formula for medium and then high priority. For that, again click on new resource, formula. Then in the data type, select date. In the formula editor, again same, again done. And for the high priority, here we need to select 1 day, done. Now here you can see in the resource, we created 3 formulas for high priority, medium priority and then low priority. Now we need to add decision element to create different tasks for different priorities. For that, here you can see, here we have add element icon, click on it and then search for decision element. Click on it. Then we need to add label. Here I am entering check case priority. As you click on API name, it will automatically populate. Then here we have outcomes. In the first outcome, here I am entering label as low priority. API name will automatically populate. And then in the conditions, here we have resource, operator and value. In the resource, we need to select field of case object. For that, as you scroll down, here we have triggering case. This object which we selected in the start element. As you click on it, here we will see all the fields from the case object. Here we need to select priority. As you scroll down, here you can see, here we have priority, click on it and then priority equals to, as you click on value, you will see pick list values. Here we need to select low. Similarly, we need to create 2 more outcomes for the medium priority and then high priority. For that, here you can see, here we have option new outcomes, click on it and then in the label I am entering medium. Then in the resource, add priority field, triggering case, priority equals to medium. Then again for high priority, in the resource select case field, in the pick list value high. Now after adding all outcomes, simply close this, it will automatically save. Now we created decision element. Now according to these conditions, we need to assign task for the case owner. Now first we will assign task for the low priority. For that, below the decision of low priority, here you can see click add element and then here search for action element. Here we have action element, click on it. Now in the search action, search for the task, which action we want to perform. And then here we have new task option, click on it. In the label I am entering task for low priority. Now in assign to ID, here we need to select to whom this task will be assigned. For that, as you scroll down, here you can see triggering case, click on it. Then here we have owner ID, user, click on it. And then here you can simply search for ID and then scroll down. Here we will get user ID. This means this task will be assigned to the owner of that particular case. Then here we have due date only. As you enable this, here we need to enter the due date for the low priority because we are creating task for low priorities. And for the due date, we already created formulas. As you click on it, here you can see due date is 1, due date is 3 and due date is 5. The due date for low priority is next 5 days. For that, here we created formula, click on it And then in the name ID, if we need to associate this task record with contact or lead object, we can provide that. Here I want to provide this task with the contact ID. For that, here I am enabling this. And then as you scroll down, in the triggering case, here I will select contact ID. And then in the subject, I am entering low priority case, solve it within 5 days. And now simply close this. Similarly, we need to add for the medium and high priority. Here I am adding for the medium priority action. Then for the high priority again action. Now first we will save this flow. For that, click on save button. Here I am entering use of decision element. API name will automatically populate, and then click on save button. Now before they activate this flow, click on debug button to debug it. And then here we need to select create or updated. Here I am selecting updated. And here we need to select case. For that, here I am selecting case number, copy, and then paste here. Now click on run button. As you click on run button, here you can see flow has started. In the decision element is checking priority of the case. Here you can see, here we have high priority case. If in the record there is medium or low priority case, the decision element will check the condition, and according to that condition, this element will be executed. Now here is the high priority element is executed, and for that condition, here we created task for high priority. In the debug details, as you expand this new task, here you can see subject high priority task, solve within 1 day only. And the activity date, in the due date it gives 28 September. As I open this calendar, here you can see the current date is 27th, and here we have activity date is 28 September. That means after 1 day of 27th of September, this case should be solved. Now the flow is successfully debugged. Now I am activating this flow. I am navigating to the case object, and here I am creating now new case. To create new case, click on new button. Here I am entering check the decision element. Contact name is the lookup field. Here I am providing any name. Then I am filling necessary details. Priorities, here I am giving low priority. Then in the case origin, phone, and now I am saving this record. And now to see the task, here you can see here we have task object. As you click on it, here you will get the subject that we provided into the flow, low priority case, solve within 5 days. And due date is 2nd of October. Here you can see today is 27th of September. As we add 5 days, you will get 2nd of October. In this way, we can use decision element to automate a process to assign a task in Salesforce. Now I hope you have got an idea about decision element. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. Thank you.